enter the 1020 FD 1023 into the record.
Without objection, so ordered. Chair now recognizes Mr. Perry from Pennsylvania for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In an attempt to establish some patterns here and get the actual facts out, the media won't report. The president's son seemed to benefit often from government positions. As far back as 1996, he received his first job at MBNA. Then Senator Joe Biden had supported the controversial bankruptcy bill, which really favored the company to the peril of average citizens, and he got the name Senator for MNBA. After which Hunter then, he continued to benefit from his father's public positions. And in 2011, he was contacted by Che Fang, who's a Chinese politician and businessman. They wanted to form a joint investment firm that then became a subsidiary of the Bank of China. Now, it seems like the president's son's only skill is leveraging his family name. It essentially seems like it comes to him like swimming comes to a fish. If we could put up on the screen an email from between Devin Archer and the president's son. And if you can see here where he's asked, why does the super chairman love me so much? And the answer is, it's easy. It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with my last name. That's the president's son. That's not me saying it. That's the president's son. He openly acknowledged it doesn't come from education or business acumen. It comes from his name. And let's face it, it is his name, but it's not his name that was garnering all the attention. Both were selling their name, one to MBNA and the other to the highest bidder. Devin Archer, in his transcribed interview, if you'll put that on the screen, please, he confirmed it. If I can get Mr. Archer's testimony on the screen. While it's getting up there, because the clock's ticking. Biden family, he confirmed it and said the Biden family was the product or the brand. And it's fair to say, in quotes, that Joe Biden was the brand and obviously brought most value to the brand. I make that case because the president's son was addicted to drugs and he was frequenting prostitutes, so I suspect his value of a brand was pretty low compared to his father, who is the vice president of the United States. I mean, companies brand their products, whether it's a food company or a car company or shoe company, they brand it because it provides trust by their buyers, from their buyers. Now, this committee first released a bank memo on March 16, 2023, that showed that less than 2 months after the vice president left office, State Energy HK Limited sent Robinson Walker, again, a very close friend and business associate of the Biden family, $3 million. Shortly thereafter, literally the next day, and within the next series of days, Robinson Walker sent over $1 million to the Biden family and associated businesses, and they were sent in suspect incremental payments. And it follows a pattern. I can give you other instances where the exact same thing occurred. 1/3 for Robinson Walker, 1/3 here, 1/3 there. That's how it worked out. Now, the Biden family provided no legitimate services, yet Hallie Biden, reportedly working as a school counselor, was provided some of this money. For what? What was the product or what was the service? Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to enter into record the first bank record memos dated March 16, 2023, new evidence resulting from the Oversight Committee's investigation into the Biden family's influence, peddling, and business schemes, showing that the Biden family members and Biden-associated businesses received over $1 million from State Energy HK Limited, a Chinese company.
Without objection, to order.
Thank you. Mr. Turley, thank you for being here. What is influence peddling?
Influence peddling is to sell access or influence to an office holder to achieve some end. There's sometimes a very clear quid pro quo, which is a specific act that you want. Sometimes it's a general pattern of corruption of favoring someone. I actually, in my testimony, gave I believe it was the Canadian definition, which I thought was a particularly good one under their law. But the United States also signed off on a convention on public corruption that also has definitions that are relevant.
Mr. Dubinsky, in the remaining time, this money, these wires being sent to family members with no apparent legitimate services being rendered, is this something that you would find interest in and would yourself, if charged with it, would investigate on your own?
Gentlemen, time's expired, but please answer the question.
It would be a red flag, and I would follow up on that and see where it leads.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I've got a point of order.
Thank you, Boyd.
I didn't want to interrupt the distinguished gentleman from